important debate, and I congratulate my honourable friend for Leeds West for securing this debate. Over the next 5 weeks, in the build-up to Christmas, we will see many adverts on television and online promoting all sorts of products with a backdrop of a happy family sitting around a well-stocked dining table ready to tuck into their Christmas dinner. All happiness and smiles and laughter. For many people, this will not be the ideal that they will strive for, but for others, for many people, it will be the ideal they strive for, but for others, that representation of Christmas couldn't be further from the truth. We now have an estimated average of 1.3 people living alone in the UK, many of them alone not by choice, and Christmas can be a very strong and unwanted reminder of the cause of their circumstances that lead to increased stress and sadness. The stark reality of loneliness was brought home to me some years ago on Christmas Day in 1996, to be precise, which I had the misfortune of spending in hospital at St Mary's in Paddington. And on that Christmas Day, I was lucky enough to have friends and family visit, but it was noticeable to me that other patients on the ward had no one. It then struck me that even though those patients were at their most vulnerable, some having had major surgery, that on such a significant day of the year, there was no one there coming to see them or take an interest in them, to comfort them and to listen to them and to share their hopes and fears and bring them news of friends and family. The late Mother Teresa expressed it perfectly when she said, "The most terrible poverty is loneliness and the feeling of being unloved." Loneliness can affect anybody in any profession at any time. No one is immune to it. Being an MP can lead to periods of loneliness, especially for MPs who have to travel long distances every week, without their children or partners or family members on a regular basis. It can also be very debilitating. I'm reassured by the number of charities and campaigns that are attempting to tackle loneliness in older people, including the Campaign to End Loneliness, and in my constituency, we're lucky to have the Ruth Winston Centre that provides so many wonderful activities for the over 50s. And of course, we've heard the amazing work that the Joe Cox Commission is doing and will continue to do in tackling loneliness and social isolation. We all have a role to play, especially at this time of year, to reflect and remember others, whether by sending Christmas cards, phoning people we haven't spoken to for a while, or else buying presents. Perhaps we should also try to remember our neighbours who may be living alone in our street and whom we may not have spoken to in a while. We could all be making a big difference just by spending a little time with them, especially this time of year, which should always be about giving. I'd encourage everyone to think of someone they haven't spoken to for ages, or who they know is alone, and make contact and start a dialogue with them. Those minutes spent making contact could be saving someone's life. We should all be happy to chat.
Jim Shannon.